Hello and welcome to GRINDCORE TV with me, your host Aaron. And today we're looking at a grindcore compilation that I very much enjoy, and I think you guys will too. And this is the band Blood I Bleed and their compilation High Octane Thrash. Now this is a bunch of stuff that they've done from like 7 inches and splits. Not everything they've put out, because you know what some of these grind bands are like. They love putting a good collection of things up. I love the artwork on this. I mean, first of all, look at that, that's pretty cool. So you're already getting an idea of what it's sort of about, you know, government corruption, you know, a select few taking power, political stuff, you know, social commentary. These were songs written between 2003 and 2006, so it was before all the, you know, when it became trendy to scream at people about politics, even though you don't understand how politics work, you know. So this was back when people actually cared. So really cool that, and I like this stuff here. Look, where you've got like a hand, an eyeball, a heart, and a tongue. They've all been nailed to a board, so it's open for interpretation. Again, like we said before about artwork, demanding from you what you demand from artwork. This is a great example of it. On the back, you've got this really cool. Look at that. It's like this sort of lobster man with all these long bodies, these wheelbarrows, look, this whole kind of thing going on. Because of course this would have been around the sort of time of the Iraqi Afghanistan conflict, when we couldn't quite make up our mind on who it was attacking us and who the bad guys were, and you know, oil and all that. But what I like about this as well is that obviously got the sideways logo, which is nothing new on these sorts of things. But on the back, I like that they've done the sideways track listing, so you've got to keep on moving it around. It's really cool. Yeah, it's got the old inlay here. You've got the lyrics with each of the songs that have like the release. So you've got that 7 inch, that one, and that split or whatever. And you get about, I think it's 27 minutes worth of music on this bad boy. So you get plenty to keep you occupied over the 32 tracks that are on here. And also the best part, of course, we're talking about that black wax sun. But look at the sticker art. It's the same on both sides. But I kind of like it. He's sat at his monitors, and the monitors look like a scary face with the big teeth and the eyeballs and whatnot. I really like cool sort of like punky artwork like that. A bit of jazz on there. Look, this needs a clean. Weren't all that long ago I was playing it, so we'll have to get on that. That's all right. Do you guys find it relaxing going through your vinyl and cleaning them and stuff? I do that every now and then. Every now I'll just go through, pick a few out, and be like, let's give you guys a little clean. And yeah, I enjoy it. I'm a weird guy, but it is what it is. Relaxing, isn't it? Now, I know what you're thinking, some of you. You'll be like, well, you say it's a grindcore release, Aaron, but the title of it is High Octane Thrash. Well, this is what you would call thrash core. I know. The subgenres are crazy. But back in the 80s, over here, thrash was more sort of, in the underground, was more referred to as grind. And over there in America, it was a sort of thrash. So thrashcore, grindcore, and all that lot. It was back when they were still making their minds up. But thrashcore is one of those ones that sort of stayed around as its own subgenre as well, because like bands like Yakopsy, for example, some could call them speedcore or thrashcore. You see what I mean? It's keeping up with it all. But this has got undeniable crossover thrash throughout it, whilst also keeping in with that grind kind of feel of just full-on screaming vocals, blast beats almost non-stop. I mean, there's a couple of moments where it slows down a little bit, but it's not for long. And speed's the name of the game, really, as they say. I love the sort of pink and the black and white. I think that's all really cool. And so yeah, this might be for everybody. It might be a bit too full on, because high octane is definitely how you describe it. This is just non-stop, just crazy, in your face, no samples or anything like that, just constant barrage of just blasts, cymbals, high-pitched screams, and just distortion. Really cool stuff, but there are very sort of thrashy riffs throughout. which give it a sort of its own identity. So if you like bands like Jakobsi, if that's how you pronounce it, I don't know, Whores Nation, and just your more old school kind of stuff, like this definitely takes a lot from like the 80s and stuff. Like, for example, imagine DRI when they brought out their was it a self-titled 7-inch like back in the day. Well, imagine that with blast beats, just full on and just all screaming. Just this is pretty much what you're getting out of this. Really, really good stuff. I really recommend them. The whole thing's up on YouTube, but you can usually get hold of this LP pretty cheap. I mean, when I got it, it only cost me like £9, and that was straight from a distro, like not pre-owned or anything. And I got that through grindfather.com, grindfatherproductions.com, or grindfatherprod.com, whatever it is. If it's still on there for £9, I doubt it, because this was a few years ago when I bought it from there. But if it does have copies on there, it won't be for a lot more than that, because the dude keeps his prices down. He understands, So get on this. Blood I Bleed. They've also got a 10-inch, I believe, has come out since this with I think it's Lycanthropy. Can't remember, but that's pretty good too. So definitely worth checking out. If you give this a spin and this ain't your sort of thing, then you're not going to like the rest of their stuff. But yeah, I really recommend this. If you want some just fast thrash for half hour and just like grindy, sort of in your face, bloody neighbours wondering what the hell it is you're listening to, you could do a lot worse than High Octane Thrash by Blood I Bleed. So thank you for joining me today. Support the underground, particularly your local scene, and I'll catch you on the flip side.